And now the Hansons and Hiatus podcast with Nate and Alexis.
Happy Friday, fuckers. It is episode 112 of the Hansons on Hiatus podcast. I'm your host, Nate, and this is my wife, Alexis.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
And don't forget to support the podcast. buymeacoffee.com/Hansons on Hiatus. You can buy us some virtual beers.
We'll happily drink them.
We sure will. And HansonsOnHiatus.com. You can check out the merch shop. You got all the links to the podcast, the Instagram, and you can also become a monthly fucky supporter. You can be a little fucky for $1 a month. You can be a medium fucky for $5 a month, and you can be a big old fucky for $10 a month.
We love all our fuckies.
We do love our fuckies.
Big or small.
Yep. We got Sydney, Luis, Manny, Spandex, Thor, Brian P, Antonio, Chrissy, Christina, and Tom. Thank you guys so much for being all kinds of fuckies. We love the free fuckies as well.
We do.
But if you do enjoy the stories or the information, please consider donating a little to the podcast. Keep it running, and we would greatly appreciate it.
Yes, we would. Thank you so much.
Like, follow, share, subscribe, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, iTunes, YouTube Music at Hansons on Hiatus.
We be there.
We be everywhere. Oh, shoot. Well, this week, this has actually been going on for a couple weeks. Our elevator has been out. And some board or something is like fried on it, so they had to send it to Guadalajara, and then they sent it back. And they were fixing it, and we get a message in our group neighborhood or our group building group, and our landlord goes, "Hey, we need a couple guys or a couple people to weigh down the elevator. It's up at the top level, and we need to get it down to the bottom level." And one of our neighbors messages is like, "I don't know if this is normal, but what the fuck?"
Yes, that seems like quite a request that I'm not volunteering for.
Right. Everybody was like, nope.
No thanks.
Yeah, I think he needed, what was it, like 500 kilos or something?
Yeah.
Which is like 1,100 pounds. So, I mean, what's that, like 5-6 people?
Yeah, a couple of us.
Yeah, so our other neighbor, JC, he's up there trying to help coordinate, get people in there. He's taking pictures of them going through the electronics and stuff to try to get this board to work. Everybody's like, nope, not doing that.
Oh my God.
So I think they eventually filled it with what? Some
big water jugs.
Yeah, the water jugs and some gas containers. I think our buddy might have put his dog in there as well.
I think so. I think there was one guy, a couple guys, and a dog.
Yeah.
And
I don't think our landlord realizes we are the generation that grew up with Final Destination.
Yes.
That ain't happening.
No way.
Not happening at all. Oh, shoot.
My mind immediately went to worst case scenario. So I was like, no thanks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We good.
We help this building out a lot.
Right.
We are like,
I ain't paying with my life.
No.
No, thanks. Yeah. But let's see what else we did this weekend. We were watching, actually, mainly we went on a little staycation.
We did.
Yeah.
So nice.
One of our friends, her and her boyfriend they flew into Belgium, and then they went to France and like Germany, I think, or something. But they're gone for like 2 weeks, so they need somebody to watch her house. So we said we watch it, and this last weekend we got to water their plants and everything. So we're like, let's just go over there and stay for the weekend. They got a nice, like, big, like, lap pool, in-ground pool. There's tons of birds flying around, and just super peaceful.
Really nice and beautiful. And we don't want to go there every day just to water plants. So you're like, why don't we just stay? All right.
Yeah.
They said we could, so why not?
Yeah, so we hit the grocery store nearby, and then what else did we? Oh, we went to the Temu store.
We did. There's a new store.
Well,
it's not Temu.
No, but we call it that,
Temu.
or Temu. Some people say that. But it is it's called My Home, and it's basically the Temu store. It's just tons of stuff from China, but it's like super cheap, and it's everything you could ever want.
Dude, I could spend hours in there. I've been thinking about it ever since we went in, and you didn't let me buy one thing. I need to go back and buy all the things.
Well, you told me we were going to go back because we were like, we got to get going. We got to make some dinner or something like that. But
it was getting late.
Yeah, they have like little dog booties. They have some knockoff like Calvin Klein underwear in like Russian or Chinese or something like that.
They had everything, like tools and coolers and ladders and just anything
Fans.
you buy on Amazon or Temu, it was there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the signs that you usually have somebody bring down from the U.S. for our doors for the different holidays.
Like the Dollar Tree signs, the little crappy wooden signs that say like welcome or Happy Easter, all there. Every single one is there. I'm like,
everything you could want. So I'm going back. I'm going to get some flip-flops and a snorkel maybe.
I thought you were going to say the Calvin Klein underpants.
I might get those too.
I'm buying all the signs and I don't know, all the Tupperware containers or something.
Yeah. So yeah, we hit that store and then we get over to the house and we had ordered some Chinese food. And then the next day, so our friends, Wanda and Carlos, I don't know if anybody else has these types of friends, but they're like almost impossible to get them out of the house or their neighborhood. You know, I mean, their neighborhood as in the island.
True. Yeah. They live on an island,
Yeah.
so they have to take a boat to come see us, which isn't a terrible thing. We do the same to go see them, but they're more like homebodies. They have cats and they like being home.
Right. But we also go there fairly often,
True,
and it's
true.
hard to get them to come here, even though
True.
the ferry ticket for them is like $5 each way. I was like, why have we been coming over there paying $40 every time?
Way cheaper. Yeah.
I mean,
20
20 each, but
20
40
each.
total for us.
Yeah.
So it was very nice of them. They decided to come over and they wanted to come early. They came in like 10 a.m. They're like, we're leaving by 3. So
Okay.
we got to get back home, make sure the cats are all
We
right.
kept them late though
Yeah,
until
we
like
did.
6.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so I don't know if anybody else has those friends, but we've had some friends like that in the past. Actually, you're kind of one of those friends.
I am. I
You're-
like to stay home. I like to go out on certain occasions, but then my social battery runs dry and I'm like back home for 3
Yeah.
days.
You like to go out when it's your idea, like when it's
Oh.
like a paint night or something like, or I'm gonna go to this store. But sometimes it takes a little convincing if it's otherwise.
Yes, I'm sure that's all I say yes to is paint.
Yeah. Oh no. I'm not saying you don't say yes. I'm just saying you take a little convincing if it's not your idea.
I do for sure. Well, you gotta, tell me what the plan is. Where are we going? I'm one of those people like a meme on Instagram. Tell me who's gonna be there, how long we're gonna go. Am I walking? Am I driving? Are there snacks involved? Can I be home by 9? What are we doing?
Oh man. Well, if you only had a husband that literally makes maps and charts and calendars to convince you, I feel like I'm giving like a 4th grade book report. Got to
You
get up in
do.
front of the class and be like, okay, we're gonna go here. We're gonna take this flight, and then we're gonna go there, and then we're gonna have lunch here, and then we're gonna eat dinner
I'm
there.
a visual learner. I would like a PowerPoint.
That's what I do. I'm a PowerPoint person. I'm a visual learner as well.
You are.
So that was fun. We had them over. We made some enchiladas that night.
You made enchiladas and they were fabulous.
Thank
I
you.
don't know
My-
if I've had too many enchiladas, but yours were really good.
I've had them from like restaurants here, but
Yeah.
I've never made them for you before.
No, never.
Actually, this is my brother's recipe, and we've been begging him for like years to make us these enchiladas because him and his girlfriend always make them. Actually, my parents said that they had never even had them. Right? Did my mom say that?
Yeah, I think she's like, I still have not had them to this day. Usually when we go up to Iowa, we're out eating other things. We're going
True.
to the fair. We're eating all the local good food, other things, whatever. So he never has time, but
Yeah.
he needs to make them.
I know. Well, it doesn't anymore now. I got the
True.
recipe.
They were delicious.
It was actually
Alex.
fairly easy. So if anybody wants the recipe, shoot me a message on Instagram
Yeah.
at Did You Do Nate.
And I think we found, I don't know if this is true, and we'll have to test it when we go home. The enchilada sauce is hotter here
Oh
than
yeah.
at home.
Well,
Spicier.
he was saying that he was like, I get 1 can of the mild and 1 of the picante,
Ah,
and I was like, I don't think we have that here. It's just
There's
just
just
one. It's just
enchilada
picante.
sauce. And it was spicy,
It
but a
was-
good spicy.
Yeah. And then the next day, so we stayed at this house from Friday through Monday, and most of Monday too. And the next day we were like, what did we do? We had our friends Juan and Juliet over.
Yeah, we were like, hey, want to come swim? There's a huge pool.
Yeah, so we were swimming every day, and then Monday we did laps in the pool before we left. So we literally swam in their pool like 4 days in a row.
We did. We
Is
were
it
like,
rude to have people like friends over to other people's house when you're watching their house?
I mean, if they like Wanda and Carlos, they're besties with.
They're friends with
Mary
them.
Lou and
They know
Jorge.
them.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's okay. I think she was just when we told her, she was shocked that we actually got them out of the house and got them to her house. But then maybe the other friends, they've met them before, and we weren't hanging at the
Yeah.
house. We were at the pool.
And they
with
didn't
them.
they didn't come in the house. They were just like at the pool. Yeah, like
Right.
you were saying. So yeah, so it was
I think
all
it's
good.
Okay.
So yeah, that was what we did most of the weekend. So we didn't have anything crazy going on. We just kind of like stayed at this house and swam in the pool and everything.
I miss that pool. I like the laps. So we were like, should we go to the gym or do laps? Laps.
Yes, yeah, that was so much better. And then what else happened this week? Oh, our friends Jackson
Jackson.
Jackson and Aisha were in town. Actually, you might know Jackson from Rock 100.5. He was doing nights and everything there, and he's over at the river now, I believe.
Yes.
But they were staying at the hotel that we went to our honeymoon and anniversary. I think 1, 2, 3, and 4, right?
Right.
Yeah. So we've been there at least 4 or 5 times. So they were asking us, what to do, or I mean, like what's things about Mexico, like how many pesos you bring, and all these different types of things. So
so it was a crash course.
Yeah, we did. So, but it was really good to meet up with them. We had some beers. They muled down some sandals for me.
Yes, they did. we had a switcheroo.
Yeah. So, I know we probably talked about this before, but here there's Amazon Mexico and Amazon US. So obviously Amazon Mexico is just Amazon for Mexico. Yep. Amazon US, we can get some things from there, but we have to pay like some extra taxes on it and stuff, and it takes a little bit longer time. So my sandals that I had bought from Amazon from US in the US, they broke. So when my parents left, my mom took them back for me, and we were trying to find somebody coming down to bring them back down.
Yeah.
So they were nice enough to bring them down for us.
So nice. And these are like those nice like hiking sandal water shoes, like those big ones. So actually on Amazon US they were still the same price, but Amazon Mexico they were like twice the price. Some things are a little pricier.
Don't make sense.
It does make sense.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was somewhat uneventful weekend. I know I say that like when we don't do something crazy, but would you consider this weekend somewhat uneventful?
I mean, there were events.
All right. You just hate to say it.
I don't think it was uneventful. It was nice. It was like a nice...
Okay, so uneventful. We literally sat at somebody's house for 4 days and did nothing. You can't tell me that was eventful.
I mean, we swam. We met up with 2 different couple friends.
They came to our place and swam in the pool we were swimming in anyway.
We went shopping. We made enchiladas.
Oh, that's called life.
I'm
That's
outside,
what you do anyway.
Talking to the birdies, water and plants. I loved it. It was a great weekend.
Oh, yeah.
One of the best.
So uneventful is what you're saying.
It was awesome. I feel so relaxed and refreshed.
Yeah, well, it was a good time. This weekend we got a little bit more eventful weekend going on, so we'll have some good stories. So we're going out of town to Merida again and to Progreso. Yeah. We're going to in Progreso. It's we were there the other maybe like a month ago, and we talked about being there and everything and how it's on the kind of the top part of the peninsula of Mexico, and they have the longest. What is it, the longest commercial pier in the world? It's like 5 miles long or something. Is
it a pier or like a boardwalk, or is that the same thing?
No, the boardwalk's what's going in front of the restaurants. A pier like goes out to the, or you can say it a port. I don't know what you want to call it, but
thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, but it is it's like 5 miles long, but you can't go out on it. Like they have cruise ships that come in every now and then, and they ship them off of the big ass long pier because obviously you can't walk off of it. And then it's also commercial, so they'll have like container ships and stuff, and the trucks go and pull all the stuff off. Oh, yeah, so normally you can't walk on it, but there's 1 day a year that you can walk on. You had to get a ticket for it actually.
Wow.
So we're going to do that. So we're doing that on Saturday, and then on Sunday is Merida's first pug walk.
So excited!
Yes,
I can't even stand it.
I know. So I'm hoping maybe somebody has some pug puppies we can look at, or if somebody knows about some rescue puppies or something. So we will keep an eye on that. But we did come up with a couple new pug names.
Yes, we did.
The first one is Kawama.
I like that. Kawama.
And then to everybody else that doesn't know, Kawama is what in Mexico they call. It's not a 40 ounce. I don't know if it's like, is it like 2 liters or something like that? Oh, here, I'll look it up. How big is a Kawama? And it's spelled Caguama. Yeah. So it looks like Kagwa, but it's like, but it's Kawama.
It's a giant glass bottle of beer.
Yeah. Oh, it's also known as a ballena.
Oh, like a little whale.
Yeah.
Ballenas.
It is 31.8 U.S. fluid ounces. So it's like 32 ounce.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a 32 ounce beer, but Kawama is from what I understand, it is what a turtle shell is also called. I think it's a loggerhead turtle.
I guess that makes sense.
So,
Lager.
and since it's brown, and it's a big beer bottle, if it's floating in the ocean, I guess it looks like a turtle. So that's where the name comes. So I thought that'd be kind of funny because we both love beer and we drink the Kawamas.
Yeah.
And then for sure we could call him Wama.
Wama. That was gonna be my next question. What do we call him for short?
Yeah. And so we were coming. Actually, I was looking at some other pugs that were up for adoption, and one's name was Enrique.
I love it.
And you loved it, and I was I like it, but like, what do we call him for short?
Eric.
Yeah, I'm not calling our pug Eric, even though I love your brother Eric.
I know.
That's just I would feel weird calling our pug Eric.
What is so funny is I have called my brother Eric Enrique even before I met you.
Oh, yeah,
even
I know.
before I started coming to Mexico. It's just like I have like 30 nicknames for him, and same for me too. But I always like Enrique definitely sticks now too because we're in Mexico. So I was like, oh, that'd be such a cute name. But yeah, the nickname, I don't want to be like, Eric, come here. And then my brother's like, what?
Yeah. And you can't call.
No, I'm talking to my dog.
What else would you call him? Rike?
Rike, yeah.
Yeah, that's still kind of hard. Rike,
Rico?
get over here.
Rike.
Maybe. I don't know.
I
don't
think
know.
he'd be so cute.
Again, we're still looking. So if you guys have any other ideas or names for a pug, for a new pug,
Little poo.
let us know. So we're always entertaining the names. I should have had a running list. Do you remember the other ones that we had?
I think we have a list somewhere.
Okay, yeah, I'll look at back at the show notes and
I'm
see.
thinking that once we actually commit and start looking, I know we're already looking for dogs, but when we actually go to see one or see them, I think we'll come up with a name then. I think you have to like feel the puggy out and get to know his name or get to know him before you figure out his name. Or maybe we'll see like a street sign or something. We're like, oh, that'll be a perfect name for him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So how did Tiger come about?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Tiger
You put a
Woods
lot of thought into that.
Tiger Woods was big then. I actually had a list of names, and then
Oh.
I think that's the one I ended up on because
God,
he was
I'd hate to see the other ones.
he was a little spicy, so I don't know.
Pee Wee Herman?
No, Pee Wee.
Oh shoot! So, yeah, we're still looking, but
Yeah.
I did find this post the other day, and it had a couple Mexican superstitions, and so I'm going to tell you what they are, and then you have to see if you can have a guess of why they are that and what you have to do to get rid of it.
Okay.
So I only have a couple, so it won't take very long. The first one is going to be pretty obvious because it's a similar one that we have: spilling salt.
Oh, okay. Do they also? I don't ever know what shoulder to throw it over. Your left shoulder, your right shoulder.
Same. Yeah, I don't know. But in Mexico, obviously spilling salt brings misfortune, and you toss a pinch over your left shoulder.
Left.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. So I don't know if that's what I'm the same. I always forget. Is it left or right? And then does it matter if you throw, like if it is your left shoulder, do you have to do it with your right hand or can you do it with your left hand?
Yeah.
Like what's
I think I always do both and go, I don't know.
Yeah, I do too. Every time I'm just throwing fucking salt everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, and all the snails are dying.
What's the movie where the guy throws the whole salt shaker over his shoulder? They're like, "Oh, it's bad luck." It's like Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber, yeah.
Gotta throw
Yeah.
it over.
Who just hit me with a salt shaker?
Ooh, sorry.
Yeah. So okay. Eat a bolillo, which is a like basically like a dinner roll.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is that?
So what do you think you would have to eat a dinner roll for?
I don't know. Bread. Maybe like something with good luck again, obviously. Maybe something to do with religion, religious purposes.
Maybe. Yeah, so it's after you get scared, you have to eat a dinner roll.
A whole roll?
Yeah. Well, I mean, not like all at once. You're not deep throating the roll. Give me another torta.
You never know.
Yeah. So you eat a dinner roll after you're scared.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah. Do you know why do you think this?
Oh,
yeah.
Carbs keep the scary things away. I don't know. Carbs are bad.
Yeah. So after a scare, Mexicans eat a dinner roll to bring the body back into the soul and calm their nerves.
Oh.
Yeah. So like if somebody like I don't know if it's somebody startles you or if you get scared or something, you're supposed to eat a roll to like calm your nerves and bring. And maybe it's something to do with religion, like the body of Christ was like usually bread, right? So it's to bring the body back into the soul. So
or maybe instead of scared, they mean like anxious or worried, and like you eat the bread because your blood sugar dropped, and that's why you're scared or worried.
Maybe, but that's not it.
Okay. You never know.
Yeah. Somebody sweeps your feet. So they're sweeping their broom, and then the broom goes across your feet.
Oh, yeah. I heard that's bad luck before, but I don't know why.
Yeah, got to guess.
And what do? You kick the broom back. Or you take the broom from them and punch them with it.
Hey, not too far off. What do you think it means if somebody sweeps your feet?
I mean, bad luck for maybe your future. Like you're sweeping away where you're going.
All right. That's a good guess. If somebody sweeps your feet, it's a sign you will never get married.
Oh.
And unless you immediately grab the broom and then spit on it.
Oh.
So if you do that, then you're gonna have a good relationship.
Spitting on the broom, throwing a. Oh my gosh, we have not seen that here yet.
No, I've never even heard of it. Some of these. So I got two more. Placing your purse on the floor.
Oh yeah, that's a big.
Really? You've heard this?
Yes, in Florida, people would always go, "Don't put it on the floor. It's bad luck." They would just always say it's bad luck. I thought it was like a Puerto Rican.
Really? I mean, it's a Hispanic thing. Yeah. Placing your purse on the floor, it will bring poverty or make your money disappear.
That's right, money.
Yeah.
Money.
Well, I mean, the poverty and the money disappearing, I can see because if you put your purse on the floor somewhere, they're probably gonna steal your shit. So
someone's taking it.
Yeah. So it will bring poverty. And this is another randomly another sweeping one. Never sweep your home at night. Oh. Why do you think you would never sweep your home at night?
Ooh. Because you won't get married at night. I don't know. Or you're sweeping away your protective layer of your home. I don't know.
It is, let's see, the belief that night brings the spirits and sweeping can disrupt the positive energy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So your positive energy from the day, you don't want to sweep it away.
Yeah.
Then the bad
yeah.
things will come.
Yeah. So you sweep in the morning. It's probably something like a bunch of fucking moms made up to be like, yeah, we don't sweep at night.
We don't sweep at night.
We'll do it tomorrow.
I would sweep, but it's nighttime now, so we'll handle that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or you will.
Yeah.
Those are funny.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Let's see what else. Okay. So we're done with those. I did want to give an update to the story that we talked about last week where they found that body, like the lady that washed up on the beach.
Yeah.
And they brought her up and like they were grabbing her by the bones and everything like that. I've heard update. Well, it was not a woman. It was a guy. It was a younger guy, like 22 years old. So he was pretty, I saw a picture of him pretty thin. And what happened was his friend, I think it was just a friend, not a girlfriend, but a female, was swept into the ocean. He jumped in to save her, and then she was saved by, I don't know, other people, or if she was just able to get out, and he was not, and he unfortunately drowned. So yeah, it's so sad that he was trying to be a hero and save, his friend. So man, she probably feels so terrible. I can't imagine.
Yeah. How bad would you feel? I feel like they always tell you that. Do not go after your friends. Get professional help. Like, where was the lifeguard?
Yeah.
Where was anybody else?
But every video you see, like, the commenters are always like, oh, you're just going to sit there and film. I mean, not saying he should have filmed, but it's like, sometimes it's, you can't do anything. Like I saw another one where the same thing happened. It was like in Australia or something. And the dude ended up getting eaten by like a great white or some shit. And it was like, yeah, like it doesn't matter. I know it's your child and you think you're going to jump in and save it, but you need to get some fucking professionals because you're just going to die as well.
That would be really hard to not, like, if Tiger fell in the ocean, like, we're not going to jump in after him and try and get him. And then,
it's like, what do you do? Because, I mean, if it's somewhere super dangerous where like you're probably going to die as well, like it would be so hard to not jump in.
If I was swept away by the ocean, would you jump in to save me? You're a pretty strong swimmer. So
I am.
I would expect you to
but
jump in.
I would like to just do what I want on the weekend.
I'm
just kidding.
And the podcast is done. Episode 112 and we're out.
Yeah. The podcast is now called Search for One of the Hansons.
Yes. Nate is dead.
Yeah. But I think previously we said that he was eaten by sharks. I've seen a lot of things say that that probably wasn't the case since they did most of his bones were together. Yeah, and usually sharks, when they I guess when they eat you, like they're chomping through your arm or whatever. So they just think it was like maybe like some barracuda or just like some fish that were just nibbling at him. So yeah, so
gosh.
super sad, but
Very
the
sad.
update, that's what it was.
That'd be terrible too. Go on a vacation to Mexico and then you just don't come back.
Yeah, that would be sad. I mean, he's a 22-year-old kid too, so
Yeah.
his parents are probably devastated.
That's
But
terrible.
yeah, it's terrible. Well, speaking of terrible, now time for some Airbnb horror stories.
I was like, whoa, that took a turn.
Yeah.
Well, we have a bunch of them
Oh, yeah.
lately. Not a bunch.
Yeah.
But,
Things happen.
we have I have a couple funny ones and a couple good ones. But we had this one guest that so she needed to cancel her trip out of nowhere. She messaged us. So she'd been booked for a while. Can't message us, said, "Hey, I need to cancel my trip." And we're always, empathetic to
Mhm.
things. People message us all the time.
Good
Hey,
work.
my mom died. Gee, thanks. My mom died, or this happened, or we have emergency, or something to where, we'll work with people. But there are rules. There are Airbnb rules so that we're still covered and that they're covered. So she was like, "Yeah, I need to cancel. There's an emergency, blah, blah, blah." And we're trying to like get her to not say exactly what the emergency is, but like, "Hey, we can help you if you have trip insurance, or let's work something out."
Right.
Come to find out, her friends just bailed on her. And
Oh, shit.
she didn't want to come because her friends were like, "Hey, we can't come now." And then she was stuck with the bill. So she thought, "Hey, I'll just cancel my Airbnb and then all will be right in the world." And we're like, "You're supposed to be here tomorrow. You can't cancel. Sorry. There's nothing we can do about it."
Yeah. And some people don't understand that, but it's you're not a hotel. It's not as easy for you guys to rebook. So it's like this room has been off the
Yeah.
market or whatever for months, where somebody else could have possibly filled in for that, or rented that room. And now that you're doing it with such short amount of time, you guys don't have the ability to re-rent it. So now you guys are out money. So that's why usually you don't get a refund, and they do that with a lot of hotels too. If you have so much time to cancel, and if you don't, then you got to pay regardless because you're holding that room for somebody.
Exactly. In hotels, I feel like people get confused on, you're staying at hotels. There's 1,000 rooms that they could put you in a different room or rebook for someone, or they'll have an easier time doing that. We only have, one. You rented one specific home. There's only one of them. We have other homes, but they're different owners and they're separate entities. They don't know that. This guest doesn't know that. So when people ask us like, "Hey, I'm not coming. Can I have a full refund?" We're just like, "Sorry, no." It's too, if it's within the window that you can, just like any other Airbnb. But most of the time we're like, we can't.
Yeah.
There's only one of these. It's not going to work out.
Yeah, but didn't she like delete a message or something? Like she had said something and deleted it, but you guys saw it before.
Yeah. Yeah, my boss had seen it, and she said something about unforeseen circumstances, and then deleted that, and then finally came back and said like, "Oh yeah, my friends bailed, so I don't want to come either. I'm not coming anymore either. I can't afford it." We're just like, "Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you, but ask your friends for the money."
Yeah, sorry, not my problem.
That's how it goes. And then there was a whole thing. She was trying to figure out how to get her deposit back and all these things, and I don't know. We were like, "You need to go to your friends and ask them." What shitty friends?
Yeah,
Terrible friends.
like bailing on you. Fuck you.
And how can I know I'm not a millionaire and never will be? How do people just bail on trips? Like your flight, your accommodations, your transportation, like everything. You just are like, "Meh, I'm not gonna get it back.
Yeah,
Just forget it."
Like how do you do that?
Yeah.
Like because especially when people with your like with the Airbnbs, you're like, okay, so you had to move your flight or your transportation down, all those things like you're saying, and it's like that's not easy. So why do you think that you're going to be able to do this easily? Like this isn't, that ain't a thing.
It ain't a thing. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, that sucks. Yeah. Well, sorry about your luck.
Oh yeah, she's gone.
But you did have another guest, and they were asking about sometimes you'll get people that want to like barter, like, "Hey, I'm a social media influencer.
Yeah.
Can I get a discount?"
No.
Yeah.
We tell them no.
But what was the thing? UGC, the user generated content. They said that they would make some UGC for you. and I looked it up.
I had to look it up too because my boss was like, "What does this mean?" I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah." So I'm confused. I guess what is the difference between like this UGC? Okay, so the UGC is user generated content. Is a user generated content creator is an individual who produces content such as video, images, or reviews for a brand to use in their marketing campaigns. And it also goes on to say any content created by users, typically consumers or fans, rather than by a brand or a company. So is that different than just me going there and saying like, hey, I'll make you, some TikToks or some Instagram videos? Like, is that a different thing? Because it seems like it's like a little more professional, but I don't know how it's any different than me doing that and then sending you guys the video.
Yeah, the way I took it is instead of someone that is a social media influencer that has like a bunch of followers, maybe this person doesn't have a bunch of followers, but this is like their niche. They are a graphic designer, something like that. So they're like, hey, I can make quality content for you to use in exchange for a discount instead of the social media influencer going, hey, I have so many people that will come stay at your place now just because I'm me, and I will post your, Airbnb photos on my page. We're just taking they're not posting anything. We would take it as our property.
Gotcha.
Then.
Okay. So
that's how I took it.
So that kind of makes sense. So it's not like I have 1 million followers, I'll post about you guys, give me a discount. It's like I'll come there, stay at your place, make you a video. It'd be like somebody like me. Like I don't have 1 million followers, but I can make you a really nice video that somebody with 1 million followers might post. And maybe I don't post it. I just give it to you guys. And then you guys post it like, oh, this is, this guy Nate came and stayed at our place. This was his review. Exactly. Like that, you think? Yeah. Okay. I think that kind of makes sense. Yeah. I was just a little confused by that. I'd never heard that term before, to be honest.
I haven't either. I had to look it up. And now we know.
Yeah. These people like have the biggest balls to like ask for discounts. And like some of them, I think, well, you had another couple and it was like, that one of their friends, they rented the place for, let's say, 5 days, and one of their friends was only going to be there for 3 days, and they didn't want to pay the full price because their friend wasn't using it the whole time. Right. I was like, that's not how it fucking works. Yeah. That's not even how anything works.
We case by case basis.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah. Like if it's, they're coming for like a night or something, if they're being honest with you and saying, hey, we do have 5 people, but one of them's only going to be there for a night for the 2 weeks. Can we get it like a little bit down? Then you'll probably do something right. Something like that. Exactly. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I would never think to ask that either. When we, if we've stayed at Airbnbs, like, am I asking a hotel that, hey, it's going to be 4 of us for the whole, half the time. And then it's just going to go down to 2 of us. Can we get some money back? Like, I don't know. I would just never think to ask that.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
We should start giving like Airbnb tips, how to save money.
Yeah.
Which we are.
Yeah, I guess we are. Cause and they're not even our tips. It's from everybody else. Cause it's like, I would never do some of this stuff. So I don't know.
Some of the questions or requests we get, I'm just like, wow.
Yeah. Balls. Oh, this is another little, piece of information that I found interesting. So I was sitting around high a little bit and, Topo Chico, what was it originally? It's just like a sparkling water or something, right?
Yeah. That water.
And then they obviously started making seltzers and, then those other like Paloma and, Cantarito drinks and stuff like that. Yeah. But I was like, Chico is small. Usually. So I was like, okay, well, what's Topo mean? Like this, maybe what does this word mean in Spanish? This Topo Chico brand. And I looked it up in the history of it. It's named after Cerro del Topo Chico. It's a mountain/inactive volcano in Monterrey, Mexico, where the sparkling mineral water is sourced.
Wow.
And it actually means little mole. So Topo Chico. So I don't know I guess Topo means mole.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Does it mean like maybe it's like the hole of the volcano where the water is sourced from? Like a mole hole.
It's a volcano. Yeah. Well, I don't even think that. I think it's just the mountain is called Topo Chico because little mole, like it's a mole that lives in the mountain, like a mole hole at the top of the volcano.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Let me double check. Yeah. Topo means mole.
Same thing we're saying.
Interesting. Yeah. So
very interesting.
Yeah. So, but speaking of high thoughts, I want to start doing like a little segment here and there. We just kind of come up with some questions, and it doesn't necessarily need to be, about Mexico or anything like that, but we do have high thoughts. I know our buddy Brandon does his one question with Brandon, so it's kind of similar, but hey, high shower thoughts have been a thing for quite a while, so
Oh,
we're not
yes.
reinventing the wheel or anything.
Oh,
but
no.
but I thought we'd do a little segment called "Getting High with the Hansons."
I love it.
Get high with the Hansons.
I love it.
Yeah. So every now and then, if we get one of these high questions that you and I talk about, I want to
Yeah.
throw it out there and see if anybody else has any comments about it as well.
That
So,
would be great. And then
Yeah.
people could send us their high
Yeah.
thoughts too.
so this is the one for this week.
Okay.
And we were thinking, I can't remember where you and I were talking, maybe it was this weekend at the house, but we were talking about AI and how AI is kind of taking over a lot of jobs. Cause a lot of, especially in my industry, programming jobs, website development, video editing, stuff like that. That's all going to be eventually kind of obsolete.
Yeah.
That's it. It's good now, but it's going to be better than a human can do in, a year probably,
I still think you'll need the human aspect of it to grow it and to, those jobs might be taken, but then there's going to be new jobs for that, like the prompts and the codes.
For
and
sure.
It can only do so much.
But you won't even need that. I mean, I think a lot of people don't realize how many platforms. Everyone just thinks ChatGPT.
Yeah,
There's
no.
so many platforms and different companies and stuff that put things out there. Like you can literally just type in, make me a website for an Italian restaurant in Florida or whatever, and it will pull pictures, it will code it, it will give you all the code. All you have to do is throw it up there, where in a little while you won't even have to do that. You'll just go to like, GoDaddy. You remember there's like the builder and stuff, or Wix or whatever. Anymore, you'll just sign up for an account and just type in, make my website look like this, and boom, it'll do it. So it's taking out all these jobs. And I agree, there's going to be some new jobs, but so my thought is, so eventually these creative jobs, these creative type jobs are going to be obsolete. Anything that you do, like a financial advisor, or anything that's done on the computer, the AI is eventually going to do it better than all of us. And so that kind of industry, I think, will eventually evolve, or let's just say it you don't need these people anymore, because everything is done by AI. So it'll leave really only the manual labor jobs, anything that you actually have to. I mean, obviously AI is not going to build a house, but robots are getting way fucking better, and eventually they will be able to mirror what a human can actually do, and stronger probably, and do more things that we can do. So once that happens, once the robots adapt enough, then the AI is going to be implanted into the robots, and they'll be able to do everything. So there won't be any manual jobs. There won't be any creative or, stationary jobs on the computer and stuff like that. So let's say there's no jobs anymore. Yeah. Well, so
Wonderful.
really humans have done jobs to make money, or to live, basically. So like when we were all hunter-gatherers and we were living in villages and stuff, your job was either to make the food, go catch the food, take care of the kids, whatever. Like that kind of evolved into industry. So then we needed jobs to make money to buy the things that we needed. So we weren't hunting, but we needed to have another job that contributed to society to go get food, to buy food.
Right.
So when both of these jobs are all taken over by robots and AI and stuff, and we don't have to do anything, what will be the currency? Because because like right now we work for money to buy these things.
Yeah.
But if their system's set up where we don't have to do any of this stuff, and no human has to do anything, what will be our goals in life? You know what I'm saying? So that's my high question, is like, once AI takes over all these things where we don't have to work, what will be the system of humanity after that? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I just think peacefulness. You can enjoy your life. You can actually tap into your creativity and not have to pump out paintings or whatever you're doing to sell,
just
to
for money.
live and whatever. Maybe there is no currency, maybe it's more of a socialization currency. Since AI is going to be doing everything, people aren't going to be conversing as much. So maybe you have to go, I don't know, build relationships and build groups and all those things like that. That I just think that would be so amazing. Instead of having to work for taxes and a credit score and all this bullshit every fucking day, you can just live your life and enjoy it.
Well, see, that's I have two schools of thought with this. So I think one, people could do what they are passionate about. They could be, I could be a writer, I could a painter, or I could do this or that, or just help people or whatever.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you could say once we don't have to do anything, everybody's gonna get lazy and dumb. It's gonna be idiocracy because you don't have to go to school to learn math anymore. The computers do that. You don't have to learn architecture, or you don't have to learn science or whatever, because you can look it up. Everything's at your fingertips. So
True.
we could also be an extremely uneducated society. But then the other thing that I was thinking too, though, let's say we don't have to work. All these robots and everything is taken over. These big corporations that are running the AI, running the robots, doing whatever, they're money hungry. So what are they going to want from us in return for this? So I'm thinking like, okay,
Babies.
as far as well, it's like as far as food,
Yeah.
we won't have to have people in the fields anymore. We'll either have robots or automated tractors and seeders and people that harvest pick it or harvest it and then make it into pie. There'll be robots that can make it into pies and stuff and everything like that. But if we don't have any jobs anymore to do these things, what will be the currency to buy the food from these companies or whatever? Like, let's say the government's even doing it.
Yeah.
Like what is the exchange for that?
True. It might be more of like a.
I was thinking maybe like a social credit, like,
Yeah.
like on, what's it called? Demolition Man,
Oh.
when they like, curse or whatever. And then they get the ticket, and they have to pay
God, I haven't seen that
however
movie in
many
forever.
credits. Maybe you get social credits for being nice to people, and maybe that'll make us all nicer to everybody. So you got to be nice to people to get fucking food or a house or this or that or whatever.
That's
So
kind of like what I said, but not.
no, kind of. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like I'm just thinking, like, what would be the currency then, or what would be
Yeah.
the goal in life? Because there's obviously very motivated people that could be, oh, I can just do whatever the fuck I want now. I
Yeah.
can go, learn to scuba dive or snorkel or whatever,
Right.
Or there's gonna be a bunch of fucking dumb people that just sit on the couch and get fat and stupider. It's
I
like,
think there will definitely be people that choose that path just to do nothing. And I still think there will be the thinkers, the people that want to grow and learn. Oh, I have all this time now. I can read every book I've ever wanted. I can learn all these skills that I wanted to. I can, I have all this time and this, I'll have all this knowledge that will have to be useful somewhere. The robots have to break down. Something has to break down. I don't even know if it'll get to that point because of all the, fields and the servers and stuff that's already heating up the planet and like climate change and everything. If we don't take a drastic change with these new technologies that we have and use them in a smart and efficient way, it's going to be like the Terminator. Maybe not,
right.
murder and this and that, like the movie, but more so like we are going to run out of resources. The planet is going to run out of these resources. So there's going to have to be a turning point where we balance ourselves with these robots.
Oh, for sure.
or
But
AI.
maybe by that, like, look at our phones.
Yeah.
Like, a computer was the size of a fucking,
Yeah.
room 50 years ago or whatever, or 60 years ago. And then, like, look how slow the internet was in our lifetime when we were growing up. The fucking dial up, and then now it's like, it's almost instant. So things are just extrapolating super quickly. So all these things you're worrying about might be not a thing in 3 years or 5 years or something like that. So, like you're saying, like robots breaking down, or they're going to have robots that build the robots. And then the AI, like the AI, algorithm, what's it called? I'm trying to think of the word, whatever. Will eventually be able to teach itself new things from other AIs, like these different companies that have different parts of it. Like, oh, this one is really good at doing this. This one's good at doing that. And it'll teach each other. We don't have to, like right now there's trainers. That's a job now. You can be an AI trainer.
Get on that.
Yeah, exactly. But that's something that's going to be gone eventually because it's just going to train itself. It's eventually going to have all the knowledge, the collective knowledge of humanity in it. Right. And it's going to do it more efficiently than a human can. So
it's crazy. It's scary.
I know it is scary.
Did you see that video online where the little robot lets the other robots like out of their cages or like turns them on or something? Maybe that was a Disney movie. No, I'm kidding. I saw it online somewhere. Like one of the little robots they're testing went and like turned all the other ones on so he would have friends and so they could escape with him. But where are you going? Like after that point, he was like, I don't know what to do now.
Yes. I mean, but it's a sci-fi thing, but that's a real fear of the robots turning on us. They will get smarter than us. And maybe this is how we were created. Maybe there was another planet where they started making AI and everything, and they first made it out of metal, robots out of metal and stuff, and then they learned how to use use tissues and stuff like that, something more human-like, like us, and we are an experiment of somebody else. Like we're
robots.
Yeah, it'd be like if we put like AI on a fucking on Mars or something and just let it develop over tens of thousands of years or whatever.
Yeah.
And then here we are, something like that. So who knows?
That's crazy.
But
Do you think this will be up and running in our lifetime, like you and me? Like, will we see the...
I do actually, because for the reasons I said of how like elementary technology was just in our lifetime. I mean, not even just even look further past that, like fucking VCRs and CDs and 8-tracks and stuff. Those things have already came and gone.
True.
So it's like, who knows what's and I can't remember what the law or the theory or whatever is, but it's like technology doubles every 13 months.
Oh.
So that's just going to get quicker and quicker because just remember how big like hard drives were. Like it has 100 megabytes on it, and now it's just like in a little micro SD chip, it can have like fucking terabytes on it. It's super
even
crazy.
our laptops from the last couple of years to now, I'm like, geez, it does so many things, and
it gets lighter and thinner and smaller, and so who knows? But that is the high question for the week. If anybody wants to leave a comment on the episode and let us know what you guys think, what is going to be the currency once AI takes over all the jobs? What will humans live for? So that's what I'm thinking.
I don't have faith that it will get to that.
Yeah, we might destroy ourselves before then because the government might, all the governments might have these robots and the AI and everything, and they're going to use them for war and whatever. And so maybe it'll get to the point where we just fucking nuke ourselves. And
I just even thought they're not going to use it they'll use it to benefit humanity, but only a certain amount to where they will still make money. We still have to bring in money and do things.
Right.
They're not going to it'll be servicing the rich of the rich people probably, but the average person, it's probably going to hurt us more than help us. That's how I kind of feel.
But if we don't have those jobs anymore, then how would we, because eventually if they take over so many jobs, there's not enough jobs for us to have to make the money to pay them for things.
True.
So they're going to have to come up with another system, and that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
So we'll see. All right, well, let's get out of here. I'm going to leave you guys with one quick question. Do you have sex in the bed of the friend's house that you stay in? Full disclosure, we did not, but it was definitely a question we talked about. And we didn't sleep in their bed.
No.
And that's obviously a no-no. I would never do that. But even in the guest bed, is it okay to bang it out in the guest bed of the house, even if they're not home? So leave us a comment what you guys think about that. But if you'd like to support the podcast, buymeacoffee.com/Hansons on Hiatus. You can buy us some virtual beers. Hansonsonhiatus.com for the merch shop, and you can become a monthly Fucky supporter. We got all the links to the podcast. If you guys have any friends or family you think would enjoy our podcast, go ahead and shoot it over to them. We'd really appreciate it. And like, follow, share, subscribe, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, iTunes, YouTube Music at Hansons on Hiatus. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Happy Friday, fuckers.
Happy Friday, fuckies.
That's it. Thanks for listening. Goodbye for now. Bye.